US Classic Muscle Cars is at the very first location of Ace Cafe Orlando in Orlando, Florida. Now they are coming to a city near you to bring you entertainment, cars, bikes, anything you like with entertainment. Just come on over. Take a look at our next videos. Please enjoy, share, like our videos, and subscribe to the channel. US Classic Muscle Cars is here at Ace Cafe Orlando in downtown Orlando, Florida. And tonight we're here with Dewey
Hendricks.
Now, can you tell us what you brought here tonight?
We brought a 66 Corvette. It's a coupe. It's a factory air-conditioned 327 with it's a 350 horse car. I restored the car from the frame up. I purchased the car from a lady. I worked on the car for 20-something years, and she owned it for 40 years, and she drove the car every day. And so I had told her back probably about 20 years ago if she ever decided to sell the car to let me know, and so she did, and we purchased the car on my wife's birthday, and then I started restoring it right after that. And so I did the body off the frame restoration, rebuilt the motor completely, and redid all the interior. Everything is brand new on it. So we take it on a lot of Corvette Club tours and events with our Corvette Club.
Has it won anything?
Yes, we've won some trophies with it before, and so mostly just use it for fun. A lot of people want to get them judged. I've built a lot of Corvettes that I've had judged, and this one I just wanted to more or less drive than not really have it judged.
What is
it's a judgeable car, but I just didn't want to. The color is Rally Red.
Rally Red?
66 Rally Red. See, the Rally Red went from 65 to 67.
Okay. Now can you show us the engine of your car? Now, can you tell me a little bit more about the engine?
Okay, the 327 engines, they came in 66, they came in a 300 horsepower that had 10 painted valve, the valve covers were 10, they were painted the Chevrolet orange that the motor was painted. The intake manifold was cast iron and it was painted Chevrolet orange. If you had a radio car that was not radio delete, you had all this ignition shielding along the spark plugs and up here, and so most cars had radios, so most of them would have had that. But a 350 horse like this one came with aluminum valve covers, and with Corvette written on them, and they came with aluminum intake manifold. That was considered a higher performance car. And this being a factory air car, it's got a air compressor over there, and but other than that, it's pretty much the same as most small blocks with air, the 327s. Then you went to a 427 that was the big block motor, and those came in 390 horsepower or a 400 horsepower, and our 425, 400 and a 425. It's 3 horsepowers in the 427. It was only 2 in the 327. So. But this is a non-power brake car. It don't have power brakes, but it's got power steering. And but as far as any options, the power steering and the air conditioner is the only real option to this car. And I added a dual master cylinder for safety purposes. This year didn't have a dual master cylinder; they have a single, and a little more dangerous. So I added a dual master cylinder to make it a little more drivable safety.
Now, can you show us the interior of your car?
Probably. Is it okay to have a person?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. But anyhow, it's black vinyl interior, which was called standard. Vinyl black was the standard. Any other colors had a color code to it. If it was leather, it had a code for leather. So usually the trim plate that was under the glove box had either a leather code with a color, or it had a vinyl code with color, or it had standard written on it, and standard was just the black vinyl like this. It has a teakwood steering wheel, which the teakwood steering wheel is an option. And, but there's really no other options in the interior other than the teakwood steering wheel, and it just has a standard vinyl interior. And I put it back vinyl because that's what it originally was. Instead of, I didn't want to deviate from what the car originally was.
Now, how is this car to drive?
The car drives like a dream. You get up on the highway at 70 miles an hour, it's just as straight as an arrow. I used to have bias ply tires on it, but it followed every rut there was in the road. So, and I had the goal lines with the bias ply, but I put radials on it with the goal lines, and now it handles really beautiful on the road.
Now, do you let your wife drive the car?
She drives it as she wants to. She's been to a few shows and drove it. One time I followed her with another vehicle, and she drove this, and I drove the other vehicle. So,
what's the fastest have you driven this car?
Probably about 80.
80?
Yeah, it'll go faster, but I,
Yeah. So how many cars do you restore a year?
Well, usually about 2 a year, and it takes 3/4 to a year to restore a car from top to bottom. But so I do about 2 a year usually. But because I'm kind of bouncing between the cars doing them. But I've done probably about restored since my business started in 1990. I've worked on Corvettes at a Chevrolet dealer way back almost 40 years now. But as far as my own business, I've had it since 1990. And I've probably restored about 50 or more Corvettes since then.
All right. Well, Dewey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.